What's up, guys? Today I want to do just a really quick video review of the Yankee Clipper II Develop tank. And I guess I could give you the too long didn't watch version. It's a piece of shit. Really, I'm unhappy with it, and the build quality sucks. So with that said, have a good day.
Goodbye.
Okay, I'll go through why I think that, but it is a subpar develop tank, and I found a better solution, so I won't leave you guys hanging. At the end, I'll show you what I've done that it works like a dream, but first you're probably going to have to hear me complain about this just a little bit. So what is it? Well, it's a develop tank. It is a daylight develop tank that can accept or adjust different sizes of film. You could do 120, 35 millimeter, and some other ones as well, 626, 127. But specifically why I bought this is you can adjust it down to develop 110. And I have a Patterson tank that I do 120 and 35 millimeter in, and it's worked great for however many years now. No muss, no fuss. It's wonderful. But I needed a way to do 110. So I looked at B&H, and this tank was like 25 bucks. It got horrible reviews, but I thought, and I don't know if you guys do this too, like, do you read reviews and you're like, that's not going to be me. That's not going to be me. I'm going to get the good one, right? Well, guess what? I didn't get the good one. Mine sucks too. Yeah, so it is what it is. But
why?
Why does it suck? Well, mainly the build quality. Okay, the build quality and the design. I'll show you about the build quality. So pop that off, and it's kind of like a Patterson design where you have a spindle and then you have your reel, but it's actually connected. So the bottom part of the reel is the spindle here, you can see, and then this top part of the reel, would adjust, and then you basically, there's a clip, I don't know how well you guys can see in there, there's a steel clip that would fit into these grooves, allowing you to adjust the top reel. But everything's plastic, which is fine, but it's a cheap plastic, and like, look at the play in that thing, man. It's no good. And here's the best part too. So let's put this in here. Okay, pop this top on. So you're supposed to be able to agitate the spool or the reel inside by turning the spindle with this swizzle stick or spinner or whatever you want to call it, right? Okay. Nothing. It doesn't, the size, it's too big to fit in there. It doesn't turn it. Okay, that's cool. And then I noticed, so this little lip or this opening, right, this barely goes into the inside here. And now I've read other people in other reviews saying how they had a lot of issues with this thing leaking light, and I could totally see why, because the lip barely covers over this middle spindle. Now, it hasn't been a problem for me every time I've used it, because you can see how far down the reel is. I've only used this for 110, so I haven't had the problem. But I could totally see if this was adjusted to the top, and light came in, you might see some light on the inside part of the reel, leaking in through this. Another problem is how long this thing takes to drain out. A full tank, I didn't time it, but a full tank takes like forever to drain out. And that's no good if you're counting down the seconds, and it matters. When you're draining out some developer or whatever, you got to have this, dump out, and it just, I don't know, it's got such a little stream. So needless to say, I went online and I was looking for some options, and I was able to make these. Bam. 3D printed 110 reels, and they fit inside your Patterson tank perfectly. So let's take this, get it out of here, take this guy. Okay. Boop. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. And I could, if I want to do 3 rolls, I could fit, and this is a two reel Patterson tank. I could fit 3. I might even be able to fit 4. I don't know, that might be pushing it, but you know, 3, no problem. Pop that baby in there, and I'm good to go. And a lot of times I'll even actually mix and match. I'll do like a roll of 35 millimeter, and I'll do a roll of 110, and I'll just pop them in there, and I'll be good to go. So what I'll do is the files for this, I'll go ahead and I'll link those down below. So if you know anybody, or if you guys yourself have a 3D printer, go ahead and print these up. They work absolutely perfect, and you know, people are on Etsy charging, I don't know, 20 bucks for these things, but you can print it up, you know, yourself for I don't know, a couple bucks. So that's the solution. It works absolutely wonderful, and I'm very, very happy with it. So you know, that's my therapy session for the day. And also, I want to mention too, if anybody wants this tank, okay, it does work. What I did when I was agitating it is I kind of switch the stuff around. You know, I would do this. So it does work. If anybody wants this tank, you know, first come, first serve. You guys, you know, you pay the shipping, get a hold of me, and you know, I have no problem sending this out to you. But again, I only have one of them, so whoever hits it up first, I'll send it out to you. It does work. It just doesn't work very well. So anyway, thanks for hearing me complain. That's my review on the Yankee Clipper II. I give it a solid 1 out of 5 films. Would not recommend, would not buy. Yeah, so that's that. Hope everybody's well, and until the next video, we'll see you.